Hey everyone, after Lukas has shown his top 5 purchases of 2024, it's my turn. Unfortunately, I didn't even buy 5 things that are worth mentioning this year, so I will instead tell you what my 5 highlights guitar related were this year. Let's start with my absolute number 1. And that's the guitar kits I've built. It's not so much the kits itself. I mean, it was cool. And the guitar I've got out of it and the other one I've made for my daughter are really cool guitars. Not completely finished yet, but yeah, it was a blast making them. But there was something much better with this. My son got interested in building guitars himself and he started his own kit. This is the progress so far and he's doing a really great job. Lately he doesn't have the motivation for it, school is hard on him too, so understandable, and he's doing just the right thing. When you don't feel like it, just don't do it. I always tell him, you don't have a date until you have to finish it. And yeah, still, for me, this was the absolute highlight. Building together with my son, showing him, hey, pay attention to this, do this, and yeah, just watch him having fun on the guitar, being interested in things that I like. And all in all, it was just a great experience and I loved every single minute of it. The same with the other kids. You may have noticed I didn't make much videos of these kids this year. The reason is my son and my daughter have been always around me. That my son was interested in the building process itself to get some ideas to what he can do with his kit guitar that he wanted to have for his birthday. And my daughter was just in general interested in how the build progresses, and yeah, she's playing electric guitar now herself, so she was just interested in it in general. So this was my absolutely top highlight of the year. Yeah, just working with guitars, working on guitars, and sharing my passion with my children. What better could there be? So this is my absolutely number 1. Number 2, well, who would have guessed? I got the chance to play with Jared James Nichols and jam with him. So obviously this would be my number 2. What else could it be? I also met Chris Buck at Guitar Summit, so I could technically say Guitar Summit is my number 2, but I would like to pick another thing from the Guitar Summit as one of the things that were the highlights of the year. So yeah, I'll divide it into my first highlight, meeting 2 of my guitar heroes, even jamming with one, talking with them, and such great guys, such an inspiration. Yeah, I think, needless to say, this is my number 2 highlight of the year. You got great rhythm, dude. Here I come, dude. number 3 happened also during Guitar Summit. I've got the chance to play a Shark guitar that was fretless, and I've never played a fretless guitar before, and it's something completely different. It was a really cool experience to play something like this. That's not something you get the chance to do every day. So yeah, that was really cool. I even managed fairly quickly to get the hang of it, to get it sound okay, and it's a very different kind of playing. I think it helped that I have a little experience with slide guitar, but yeah, all in all, that was something very cool. And yeah, at some point, if I get better at playing, maybe at some point I can see myself also trying myself on a fretless guitar, but that's in the distant future. Still, it was absolutely a highlight of this year for me. Now to my number 4. The regular viewers here will notice this guitar. This is my number 1. I show it as a substitute because I've bought my number 2. I've been longing for this for quite some time. After starting to play with my company band, I wanted to have a second 335 that's essentially the same as my absolute favorite guitar, and so I bought another 335, 2016 model, and yeah, I could really fulfill that wish. Just wanted a second guitar somewhere else, just to be safe. If something ever happens to this guitar, that I have another 335 that's almost identical, as close as identical as possible, almost to this one. And I managed to find such a guitar close by, had the chance to buy it, my wife allowed it, and yeah, now it's at my father's home. So yeah, if I get robbed or if the building burns down or something, I have my number 2 at another safe place. If this gets stolen somewhere sometime, I have my number 2 somewhere else on a safe space, so I can get this guitar. And yeah, also I have a guitar at my father's place, so if he ever wants me to play, I can play there too, so that's also a bonus. And yeah, that one is my number 4. With that one, yeah, I feel much more relaxed taking this guitar with me, even though I would not want to lose this guitar ever. And finally, number 5 is the ToneX One. I've purchased this one to use in the rehearsal room with my company band. There we are going into a mixing board directly and into a PA system. So it's a lot easier if you have something like a Helix, like the ToneX One or something like this that is on a small footprint. You have it on a pedal board and then can go directly into the PA system. And before I bought this, we used the NewX MG30, and I just couldn't find the tones I like in it. And this one, I found a preset, a JTM preset that is really close to how my JTM sounds there. Close enough that I can be totally fine in a rehearsal setting. Most people will not notice it, and I will not have to carry my fine JTM that's just over there and weighs a ton all the time into the rehearsal room, back home, and into the rehearsal room and back home. And even then, when we are having one of our rare gigs for the company as well. So no, this one is much more convenient. I'm going into it with the LPD loosened and in front of it the Phoenix fuzz, and it works like a charm. So yeah, this one has been a real upgrade. I love it because yeah, I can just switch between 2 channels. It gives me what I want, a clean and a slightly distorted JTM that really works well with the pedals as well that I'm using there, and I can get to what I would like. So yeah, those are my 5 highlights. Honorable mentions, well, as mentioned, there is not much else I could say. I didn't buy much other things. I've bought a couple of tools. So yeah, if I should have an honorable mention, it's the Music Nomad tools, the fret crowning file, and the Music Nomad U files. Those ones were a big help, especially on that Greco refret. And yeah, I really like those. It's made my life a lot easier. Yeah, other highlights, I could say we also wrote 3 songs with my company band. I don't know when we'll record them. I hope we do it fairly soon, so maybe I could show you something that we are playing, but yeah, that's about it. I hope to make a lot of music in 2025 then, and yeah, don't expect many purchases from me because I'm really happy with the things I own, and I hope a lot of you people will also find that place when you're just happy with the things you have, exploring the things that you're having, and just having a fun time making music. With that, thanks for watching. I wish you happy holidays and a happy new year 2025. Have a good one. Bye.